When we're flying drones, we often talk about manual, autonomous, and semi-autonomous flight. Now, there's a few really key differences between each of these. Now, when we start out learning to fly, we use manual flight modes, and that means that we're the ones in control of the drone. We're using our thumbs on the sticks, and we may be using this with or without GPS assistance as well. So this is really, really important that we continue to build our skills using manual flight so that at any stage we can always control the drone. So it's the first stage of learning how to fly, and it's something that we continue to build and continue to practice as we fly. Now, at the other end of the spectrum, we have autonomous flight, and this is something that we hear about in the news sometimes in terms of autonomous vehicles, for example. Now, autonomous flight and autonomous vehicles are systems that operate by themselves. So we're not with our thumbs on the sticks anymore. Now, the midway point between those two is semi-autonomous, where we have some sort of input. Now, usually what I do in terms of flying my drones when I'm out on a mission is I will choose the area in which I would like to fly and pre-plan that all out. So I know exactly where I want to fly, and then I choose to take off and land manually. So this is a really good opportunity for me to continue to practice my skills with my thumbs. Now, once I have the drone in the air and clear in the airspace, I will then set the drone off on its predetermined flight plan. And so in this mode, it is flying autonomously. It's using its GPS to know exactly where it needs to go and where it takes the photos as it goes. Now, this is particularly important for a couple of reasons. Now, the first one is that while the drone is flying based on its GPS, it is really stable. It's going to fly in beautiful straight lines, and I'm going to get photos in a really, really regular pattern, which is particularly important when I'm mapping. There's no way that I could achieve the same consistency using my thumbs. Now, the other part of that consistency is that I know that once I save that flight plan, I can refly the exact same flight plan tomorrow, next year, whatever I like, and know that I have consistency in the data that I'm capturing. So these are all really, really important factors. Now, given that I've continued to practice my manual flight skills, this is important as while the drone is flying autonomously, if for whatever reason it loses its GPS, for example, and I need to manually fly at home, I'm retaining those skills to be able to do so. So I think it's really important to learn manual flight, but then to also recognize that the majority of flight that we do is actually guided by GPS. So these are systems where we have coded the flight and it is flying autonomously or semi-autonomously. So there's not much use for these thumbs, except really for fun if that's what you like doing, or in case of emergency if you lose that autonomy.